Great guy, very funny. Give it up for Chris Lore. Let him hear it!
Thank you. Guys, I've been pretty confused about what I look like recently. Because my family keeps giving me mixed messages. My mom tells me I'm handsome. My 2-year-old niece says I look like an owl. Like an owl. I am from Southern California, which means I call my mom dude. Said the word dude a lot in my life, so much so it's changed the shape of my lower lip in photos. It just sort of hangs open like, dude, like dumb. I'm not dumb, I'm just from SoCal. We speak dude where I'm from. It's a language that expresses every human emotion. You've got anger, dude. Sadness, dude. My favorite and most useful is danger. I do have a vegan diet, but I don't say that I'm a vegan, because if I say that I'm a vegan, some vegan will jump out from the shadows and challenge me to a vegan-off. I'll be like, oh yeah, you're a vegan, bro? Yeah, name your top 5 favorite Slaughterhouse videos. Oh yeah? Is the ringtone on your phone cruelty-free? How many baby pigs did you smuggle to freedom in your pants this year? Sometimes I'm a very drunk and a very hungry vegan, which is a despicable person to be when ordering food at a deli at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'll roll up to the counter and be like, hey man, could I get like a sandwich with none of the ingredients you got back there? Could I get the nothing wrap? But it's funny, I can be a drunk vegan. Humans are inconsistent with their healthful and unhealthful behaviors. Like I have a friend who does a lot of cocaine, but to his credit, he has recently given up gluten. So I guess he must have got home one morning after a long bender, and looked himself square in the eyes, all bloodshot, dawn creeping in through the window, and said, I gotta change my life, man. I gotta give up toast. Just one more slice, then we'll stop. I'm what you call a high-functioning depressed person. I work hard. Thank you. But I cry harder. Yes, mental health issues, they do run in my family. My father has OCD, and growing up with an OCD dad is interesting, because in high school, when he found my weed in my pipe, he sat me down and gave me a thorough lecture on the horrors of drug abuse. But after the lecture was over, OCD dad, he gave me my drugs back, because everything goes in its right place. Joke's on you, OCD dad. You didn't click the screen and the pipe back into place, just so. Yes. Lights off in my house was promptly at 10 o'clock, but with an OCD dad, it's more like lights off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. I got a haircut the other day. Haircuts are fantastic for mental health. I love getting a haircut. Because I love that moment when they turn you around in your chair and ask for approval as to the back of your head. And then they turn you right back around. And that's when I like to look at myself in the mirror, square in the eye. And I say to myself, things are going to be different this time. We are going to turn this around, one haircut at a time. The barber and I, we got to chatting about the weather, because what else do you talk about with a stranger, right? And I think it's remarkable, just remarkable, that strangers always have the weather to chat about when we don't know what to say to one another. This is true for people of all occupations, unless, of course, you are a weather reporter. So that's going to be rough, right? Like, imagine you're a weather reporter and you've been working hard on the weather all day long. And there you are in the break room, and your coworker comes in and goes, it looks like rain today. And you're like, shut the fuck up. Can we not just be on break? Being a weather reporter, that sounds like a pretty cool job. I saw a guy that came on TV the other day. He had a cool job. This guy named former Secretary of Defense Ash Carter. Yeah, maybe you've heard of this guy. I looked it up, and he was only Secretary of Defense from 2015 to 2017. That's just 2 years. But now he walks around with former Secretary of Defense just permanently embossed as part of his name. Like, I don't think that's fair. The same courtesy should be extended to us lay people. Like, I'd like to walk around and be known as former jacket salesman Chris Lohr. And yeah, I only worked there from the end of 2004 to 2005, but I learned a lot about the trade. It make going to a party a lot easier. It happens, you go to a party, you meet someone you don't know, they say, "What do you do?" That's awkward. Well, not for former jacket salesman Chris Lohr. Why are people so interested in what I do anyway? Let's talk about what I did. I sold jackets on the Upper East Side of Manhattan for 6 months, 14 years ago. Get off my case. Got this roommate, and man, he has a lot of sex. And the other morning, as they were leaving, him and his partner, they were doing that walk of shame out the door. And I think it's messed up that we assign shame to people that have successfully had sex. I mean, what do they have to be ashamed about? They just did it. I was the one standing in the kitchen quietly recycling. You guys have been great. I'm Chris Lohr. Have a good night.